This is the thing how you can accelerate your application development a lot. I don't have a demo here. It's actually outside in the lobby. So if you want to go see Kobayashi's son over there, so he's and can show you QML demo over there. The second big thing here is how to get rid of the cross compilation. It's by far one of the biggest problem in the embedded development. It has always been a headache, absolutely big headache. Now, the thing how things are being done by Linux Foundation and Intel and Nokia in MeeGo, thanks to the OBS and native compilation, it's really ready to be deployed today, meaning that you can actually forget all the toolchain problems, etc. What it means no cross compilations anymore at all. It's pure native builds. No toolchain problems anymore. No manual patching or branching. This is really an essential, like earlier presentations were saying that the crucial to understand is that how you actually work with the upstream projects is that you contribute to the upstream projects. Always upstream. You get your fixes in, you get your bug fixes in, and you get a new release from the upstream very quickly. Now earlier, when you were doing cross-compilation, you were forced almost all the stuff manually patched to change the editor files, which always leads into difficult situations when you need to take new versions and so many new versions that eventually you end up into a situation where you are doing your own fixes locally, not upstream, because of the patching needs. So now when you have a native way of doing things, you don't have to do any patching. So when the new version of Qt is coming, you can take it into use right away. So faster new versions. This is a completely new way to build embedded products, especially in the ARM world, and integrate to the community versions. So my estimation is that this is the biggest change in the whole product creation process coming to the embedded area right now. And the savings are enormous here. So just illustrate a little bit here. So we have a building for the target hardware. You have two different alternatives. You have a native way or cross-compilation way. Cross-compilation meaning that the build environment is completely different from the target environment. So basically, for example, doing the ARM builds on your standard Intel-based PC. Whereas in the native side, again, the build environment is the same as the target environment, including the operating system and hardware architecture. So again, that can be taken in two different areas. It can be on target hardware or emulated. So right now, for example, emulated build environment can be some sort of a Dell blades and running on QEMU and so on. So it's working quite nicely as well. Whereas the target hardware, for example, in our case, we have 36 ARM cards, Freescale ARM cards actually clustered together to make compilations and builds on that sort of a cloud. Interesting thing. I'm actually running out of time most probably, so I just point out couple things over here. So again, on the left side you have a native on target. On this side you have a native on emulated target. The biggest difference is really that on emulated side you have some of the packages what you cannot build without modifications. also the calculation power, the actual performance, the processing power is really quite big, what is needed on the emulated side. Right now, our engineers are actually working to improve QEMU, so we are expecting to get 3 times better performance within this year from the emulated builds as well. What we do at the moment is we actually launched, there was a press release even today, I think it might be in your bags here as well. So we have a new Linux build service. So essentially what we try to do, we try to make the MeeGo deployments as easy as possible for our customers. So the first step is to get the actual software in place, to have the process as easily as possible. So what we have here is a hosted Linux binaries build service. So it means that it's either us or someone else or the customers themselves, like semiconductor companies or the actual product manufacturing companies, whom do the software, who take the components, who create the user experience. Then our service is doing the actual compilation and the building and the optimization on that level. So it's a native, like I said. It's optimized for different target architectures. We are looking at the MIPS at the moment, and ARM and Intel and so on. So we want to give you an opportunity to really focus on the essential things so that you can focus on the innovation side. You don't have to worry about the actual building things. So this is the first step. It will be optimized. For example, the ARM v7, we estimate we get 20% better performance or battery lasting. We have a common components. It means that our customers won't be locked in for us. If they want to set up their own build service, that's doable as well. Or they can try out our build service and later take their own build service if they will. So no strings. And it's secure. So basically what we give for all of our customers is really a VPN-based connection. So it's not open, it's completely closed for the product creation purposes. Looks like this, roughly. So basically, we take all the stuff from the MeeGo public repository, basically middleware and the kernel stuff, obviously, and so on. And then we have a different location for the closed components, such as user experience and the applications. Some of the, let's say, non-MeeGo middleware components, if any. And then we have a service which is actually building and providing the binaries for the customers really easily. So it's basically nightly building all the time. When you get a new version of the software, it starts build again automatically. It's really quite nice. The last thing what I want to discuss today is about different kind of perspectives, how you can actually find the people, how you can find the suppliers for MeeGo deployments. Open source world is really wonderful place in the sense that we have a large number of small companies who has really absolutely the best talent and best expertise on certain areas. We have companies who are actually something like 10 guys, but they know all about the kernel development. We have companies who know all about Qt, 20 guys, the world's best 20 guys. We have companies who are focused on, let's say, multimedia players like GStreamer. We have companies who are very focused on the boot up time optimizations. So you have these kind of wonderful talents. You have these wonderful companies globally, but fairly difficult to deploy in many ways. But this is really a big opportunity for all of us. So what we try to do also, we try to network these companies so that we have a supply chain creating MeeGo devices for our customers.